Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonia, also known as SG from Let the Lady Speak podcast, where we have healthy discussions about life, love, dating, and relationships while promoting self-love and healing. Today, I want to talk about the Phil and Shiloh situation from Ready to Love DC. I was going to do a review of the whole episode, but I just watched it, so I'm a little drained. And I think I'm just going to do just them two. And if later, I may just talk about the rest this Friday or something like that. We'll see. But I want to first and foremost thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If you are returning, thank you. Welcome back. If you are just passing by, hi, please consider hitting the subscribe button if you like the content. And please don't forget to like, share, and comment. I want to send a special thanks out to Alyssa B, hey cousin, and to Janice for stopping in. I did a Married at First Sight live. They stopped by and participated, and I thought that was very great and thoughtful and sweet of them and kind. I thank you ladies so much for the support. I appreciate you. Also, Miss Real Rose stopped by afterwards as well. So thank you so much for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. So I want to talk about this. I don't have any notes or anything. I couldn't take notes. I just wanted to take everything in. And this is going to come from a raw place. Okay. I feel like, so first and foremost, I'm not taking a side. I don't have a side to take. There's a lot of missing pieces to this puzzle. I speculate that there may have been some intimacy, and this is how Shiloh has become so vested in Phil. I also think there's a lot of unhealed places in Shiloh, right? Um, Sometimes we feel like, and I've been there myself, that you are okay, but you're really not okay. Like you can do a lot of healing work, but it's not until you get out and start dating again, or start trying to build relationships again, that you really know where you are. And then that takes time and it takes practice. I don't think this environment was probably the best for her. Phil also has some unhealed areas. He really carries the burden of his mom, but I don't, feel like Phil's soreness is as raw as Shiloh's is, right? I think she really, really vested in him. I don't know what conversations they had. He doesn't strike me as the whisper sweet nothing kind of guy where he just fills your head up with we're gonna be together forever. And, you know, no, we're not. I changed my mind because he's been so reserved. So I don't know. I don't know what happened, what has tied them two together or what has gotten her so vested in him. So I don't want to take a side. Okay. She said out of her own mouth several times she did not feel like Phil was trying to hurt her. And, just to give it some context, although I'm sure by now everyone has watched it and knows what I'm talking about if they are a Ready to Love fan. They were out and about. She meaning Shiloh has been pressing Phil to give her a definite answer on whether or not they're together or he's going to choose her. And she's been wanting to be affirmed publicly, right? He doesn't want to affirm her publicly because he hadn't made a decision, right? That is his choice and is part of the process. Somehow, some way she has given away a piece of her that is valuable. She feels like, we need to be together more, or you need to let everyone know that we're together. You need to make this decision. He said, I'm going to be true to myself. And I really think that he likes Sydney. I mean, they really seem to have good chemistry, right? So they're out. I guess she had been drinking. He said he had a shot. She went down the dark alley. Now, this is the concern that I have. When she's telling her story, she leaves out that it's 4 in the morning and that this is a dark alley or an unsafe place for her, right? She needed some space, which You got to give a person their space. When a person needs space, if a person says, don't touch me, don't touch me. If I need space, give me space. Okay. Understood. So he says his perspective is, Phil says, I'm trying to protect you. Phil said, as a man, that's not a place I will go. So I would have liked for her to be very clear when she said that, because when you leave out certain elements, it's like, for me, when I first heard it, I'm thinking they're in a bar. She said, I need to walk away, and he picked her up. That's very different from, we're out and about, or we're outside. I'm about to take off down a place that may be put me in harm's way, and then you are like, no. Because let's be clear and honest. Well, I'm gonna talk about me, because I can only talk about me, my friends, my family, and my life. There have been times, because I don't deal with any kind of situation now, but there have been times in the past where a person may want to do something, and they are headstrong that this is what I'm about to do, right? And you're like, no, like, I love you, but I'm not going to let you do this. Okay. Like, this is not that. Like, I had a friend who, it was an altercation, something blown out of proportion. She was about to go way too far. And I'm like, no. And I had to put myself in front of her to say, no, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you go there, because the outcome is worse than what's really happened. Like, you're not even mad at what's happening now. And I also feel that for Sydney. I'm sorry, for Shiloh. Have I been calling her Shiloh? I'm Sydney. If I've been calling her Sydney, I'm sorry, it's Shiloh. There's been times where I'm like, listen, you're gonna just have to be mad at me. It could be me and you, but I'd rather be me and you versus you and that, So it feels like it's kind of that type of situation. She said she didn't feel like he was trying to hurt her. He wasn't trying to damage her. She keeps saying that it is her emotionally, she's hurt. I would rather Shiloh come and say, when she have these conversations, I would rather her say, you hurt, my feelings are hurt because you didn't choose me, because you strung me along, because we've been intimate on whatever level that they've been intimate, that allows her to believe he owes that to her, whatever it is that they have going on. I would rather her say, this is what hurt me. With the narrative, I don't know if it's editing or what, it's more so that he picked me up. He picked me up and he grabbed me. Now, should a person touch you when you ask not to be touched? No, absolutely not. Should a person give you your space when you ask for your space? Absolutely. Anybody that knows me, my content, you've listened to my podcast, boundaries, safety is important to me. But let's talk about that, boundaries and safety. So if this was a place that he himself wouldn't go, why was she going? Why were you going down that alley? Why didn't you walk towards your car to get space? Like, why choose that path? That's the question I have. And I'm not victim blaming at all. To share a little bit about myself, because I think this is what's going on with her. On top of the fact, there's an emotional component. The emotional component is that I thought you were going to choose me and you're not choosing me, and I'm hurt. And I want you to feel and understand, acknowledge and affirm my hurt. And that's not what she's asking for directly. She's acting it out, though. To me, that's what I feel like. That's what I see. I see her acting out her emotion versus clearly stating what really is going on. She wanted Tommy to defend her. Like, if you notice, it was like a principal's office look, like, yeah, you shouldn't have done it. But you got to be honest with yourself and use your words and say what's really hurting you, instead of putting yourself in danger. Why don't you just say, I need my space and I'm going to my car and I'm about to go. And she was like, well, he could have just followed me, and like he said, I'm not going to go down there. So the question becomes, Why put both of y'all in danger? Like, what's up with these decisions? So that's another thing I have questions like, was she sober? Like, how sober was she? You know, was he sober? Because one shot on an empty stomach can do some things. And one shot of what? And was it one shot a double shot, or was it one shot a single shot? Like, there's a lot of variables there. You have to understand where you are as a person, right? Phil doesn't feel guilty for what he did. He's sorry that it blew up. He took responsibility for it going the way that it went. Um, but he won't take it back because Phil is still dealing with, I lost my mom. I'm supposed to protect my mom. This is what I feel. I don't know because I don't know Phil, but I feel like he's still, they said he was protective. He's used to protecting you. I don't think he feels like I could live with myself if something happened to you, you know? Then you have her who I have been molested. I understand what it's like to have someone invade your space and take over your space and you not have control over your body. So for me, the experience, I'm sure, took her back to that time on top of whatever happened to her. I don't know if she's been molested, but she said there's things that's happened to her. And the sure look of trauma and sadness and anger and frustration and just all of her emotions in one is very telling too, you know. But for her, you took over that space in that moment in time and I couldn't be free, and so you have that reaction, you know. um but let me tell you the difference from for me, because there are some things that will always be triggering, but when you are in a healed place, when you are in a good place, when you are self-aware, you are okay with, okay, communicating what is actually happening. And you are also okay, and you have the tools to live in the moment and say, this is not that. That is not this. And you don't put that label on everything and everyone else. She says she didn't feel safe. She didn't deny the fact that he was trying to protect her and that he was not trying to hurt her. She keeps emphasizing her emotional hurt and not her physical hurt. And I just wish the whole conversation was clarified more, like more. I feel like Shiloh still has a lot of work to do. That's where I'm getting to. Shiloh still has a lot of work to do, you know, because you can't make decisions to put yourself in danger. You can't, you know, you hold somebody else responsible for you. How much of a man, how much male protection do you want? Like, I'm big on safety. I need to know that you are going to protect me. I need to know that I am safe with you, you know, but I am not going to jeopardize your safety either, trying to prove a point. Do I feel like she was trying to prove a point? No. I feel like she was in her feelings and she was acting out. I don't feel like her intentions were to hurt him. I really feel like Shiloh was hurt and she just wanted someone to comfort her. Should he respect her boundaries? Absolutely. Should he just let her be unsafe? I can't, as a person who's been in situations, I can't say that I'm gonna let my friend walk down an alley and you be hurt. I can't, not someone I care about. I can't say that I can do that. So at the end of the day, you know, like Phil said, they don't belong together and they don't. I wish Shiloh the very best. I hope she gets what she needs. I hope Phil gets what he needs as well. I think they both need healing. I think they both need time. But Shiloh really got really invested really early. I don't even know if this is making sense because I usually write my thoughts out because they can be all over the place. But I just want to say that, When you have had traumatic experiences, you have to deal with those experiences, or you're going to always be triggered. You're going to be triggered. You're going to overreact. You're going to react poorly. How many times, people just start hollering, screaming, cussing people out for no reason out of nowhere. That is all displaced. I think some of her frustration and anger was displaced. I don't really care for how she presented what happened. I don't really care that they were in a situation where this could happen. And I just wish and hope them both the best. Like I said, I don't take sides. He should have been honest, straightforward, and clear with her about what he wanted and what his intentions were. And I've been saying that he should have been honest with her. She has to learn to regulate her emotions and guard her heart. It's important to guard your heart when you're dating, especially in the very early stages, because you don't know this person, and nothing is set in stone. I think there's a little fear of rejection there. I think there's a little, you're going to do to me what other people have done to me, and that is projecting. You can't project onto another person what someone else has done. What is the reality? What's the reality? So I feel for both of them. I hope both of them are okay. I hope they both get the help that they need. Like, seriously, get the help that's needed. Yeah, that's it, guys. I don't really have a lot to say. I think this was just an unfortunate incident, but let this be a lesson. Don't play with people's heart. If be clear, state your intentions, cut by, if it's not working, say that. Don't try, if you're trying to figure it out, say that. When you are dating men and women, because women play these kind of games too, don't play with people's hearts. Don't play with someone's emotions. That really can get you hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, don't put yourself in situations where your safety is at risk. Trying to get a reaction or an emotion out of someone that may not be ready to give that to you. If a person is showing you who and what they are, and they're not being intentional in dating you, then you need to know that they're not intentional about you. And then you make the decision to move on from them. You don't wait for them to decide on you, because they've already decided. Like I always say, their indecision is the decision. Okay. So that's it. I wish and hope and pray for them well. He said it hurt his, character. This is like a slight on his character, and I understand that, because he's like, I think that I'm doing the right thing, because I think it's really misunderstood how much he's still grieving and mourning his mom and their relationship, and him being that protector, and he couldn't do anything about her leaving. You know what I mean? Like, people carry a lot. Get some help, y'all. Go to therapy. Call somebody. Get some help. And I'm not talking about the church. No slight towards the church, but you need intensive therapy. If it's trauma, you need trauma therapy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever specialty area it is, address it. It's not going to go away. You ignoring it isn't going to make it go away. Okay. It's just going to fester and rear its ugly head at the most inopportune time, and it's going to ruin potential relationships. So that's really all I have to say. Let me know your thoughts. You guys have a wonderful evening. Please don't forget to love yourself for who you are. Okay. Get to know who that person is so you can love yourself wholly and fully. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.